Hello, viewers. Welcome to Tech Quantum. And since we started this playlist with Rachit Garg for FinOps, we have been getting a very nice response. And based on our previous video, there were some questions regarding extensions. So in this particular video, we are going to ask some of those questions which are customer-centric to Rachit Garg, and let's see what are the answers that he gives based on his experience. So, hello, Rachit.
Hi Paresh, hi viewers.
Okay. So Rachit, based on your previous video, we have some questions which have come up. So my first question is that as a customer, if I build extensions down the line, is it going to be a costly maintenance, or how is it going to be?
Right, and that is a question, Paresh, which I also get asked by most of my customers, and it's a valid question. And the reason for this question being valid is the way ERP updates were consumed in the past, right? So I touched based upon this in my previous video as also, that whenever Microsoft used to release new version of the product, customers were required to go through a exercise of doing a code upgrade and a data upgrade and then testing everything before they can apply that latest version into production. And for the customers who customized the product very too much, they faced a lot of issues, in like a lot of cost was involved in doing all these activities. And that is the bottleneck which Microsoft wanted to remove with the one version strategy. So this vision of Microsoft to bring Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations on an evergreen version, that is the vision, right? So the way extension framework works is that whenever Microsoft releases a new update of the application, the commitment from Microsoft is that the updates are backward compatible, which means when you apply a new update, you don't have to compare every object which you have modified with the standard code and what you have customized. It is the way we used to do in past, that every customized object need to be compared on each layer, and then the code needs to be manually merged, but that is now not required. So what you need to do is, after installing an update, you just need to run a build on your extension models and ensure that there are no compilation errors. That is the first thing. And then secondly, if there are any objects where the compilation error is found that is caused by a breaking change, and Microsoft gives us 12 months notice whenever they introduce breaking change, so that partners can proactively participate in the PEEP version programs, and they have the refactoring ready at the time when they are consuming that one version update. So if you take care of these things, the cost of maintaining extensions is actually very low. And apart from technical side, there are tools like Regression Suite Automation Testing Tool, which is also called as RSET, which helps partners and customers to automate the regression testing of their business scenarios. So the testing effort can be reduced by leveraging the test automation tools, and the technical maintenance effort is very less, right? You don't have to refactor every object you have modified. You just have to be proactive with Microsoft communications of upcoming breaking changes and take care of them. So in a nutshell, for the customers who are scared or who might have had bad experiences in past by running code upgrade and data upgrade exercises, now Microsoft is on evergreen version, and this product is the new updates are backward compatible, and the cost of maintaining extensions is actually very low from a technical perspective.
Yep. So as I can understand that based on the older versions like AX 2012, now with the cloud version, the cost of maintaining those code is very less, because the base solution is always maintained by Microsoft. You only need to worry about your extension. Well, related to that particular thing that you just explained, there was one more question, and where the customer have this idea that, okay, if I create extensions based on the standards that Microsoft has defined, what happens in the future? Does Microsoft support it, or if I extend a feature, do I not receive any support from Microsoft because those are my extensions?
Yeah. Yeah, so Parish, that is a good question, and again, that's a very common question which is asked by customers. And the idea we have to understand here is the application code which Microsoft ships is actually hard sealed. No one can even modify it even if they want to, right? So application code is hard sealed. All those models are hard sealed. Now, if you have built an extension on top of it in your own model, and let us say you found an issue that you're not able to run end-to-end business process, right? So that business process might comprise of, let's say, some standard features wherein your customizations are a part of one or two, one or two steps in that whole end-to-end process. Now, what we need to do is that we need to identify the issue you have found is a standard product issue, or is it coming through the extensions which have been developed by your partner, for example. If it is a standard product issue, you can always replicate it in a standard environment and raise a support ticket with Microsoft to get the support. If the issue is in the extensions you have developed, right, then it's basically obvious that Microsoft can't support that because it is an extension which your partner has developed, and you need to be, you need to take care of it. And in a production environment, there is always like a partner or a BAU team involved to release these hot fixes, to debug and identify how to fix those issues. So the answer is Microsoft will provide support for all the standard features. If you have customized, it's your responsibility to fix any issues in the extensions, right? If you found an issue during an end-to-end business process, and if you are able to replicate it in standard product, you can raise it with Microsoft. Yeah, I hope that answers. Yeah.
Yeah, that certainly answers that question, Rachit. There was one more question, and which is quite common. And since I come from CE background and also from the math background, this was a very common question. And let me just put it to you. So the question is that, okay, fine, I spend a lot of time with my partner. I built a business process or any feature using the extensions. I built that. But let's say in the upcoming standard upgrade of FinOps, that feature is now available out of the box. So what do I do then? All my cost which was involved in creating that has gone out of the window. So what do I do in that case?
Yeah. Cool. So Parish, what I want to start here is with let's talk about a complex business process, right? Where a gap has been found in the product, and customers say that I really want to customize this. I can't do my end-to-end business process if that gap is there in the product. And the way it has to be dealt now is, again, it all ties back to the vision of evergreen version, right? So now let's talk about today's world, right? So let's say you want to build a complex functionality. There has to be a due diligence done before that, right? So what that due diligence is, that Microsoft proactively publishes release plan for the whole year. And the way it does is it is sort of bucketed into waves. So every year the features are released in waves, right? So every year there are two waves, wave 1 and wave 2, right? What Microsoft does is it releases the plan. It's called Dynamics 365 release plan for year, let's say 2021. If you Google it, you can find like a 400-page PDF file which is available without any need to log in via customer source or partner source. So that is a first step, first document where we should check, is there something similar coming in the roadmap, what we are trying to build. Let's say if you don't find it there, then it's not coming in next 12 months, right? Then there is another portal which is called as an idea portal, where customers who are finding major gaps in the product are logging their ideas, and Microsoft is actively reviewing that portal, discussing with customers, and the wider community is voting on those ideas. And if a request gets a lot of vote, and Microsoft, for example, product owners find it, something really critical to be in the product, they pick it and they sort of give an update there. Okay, we are taking it in backlog or not. So that is your second step to do the due diligence before you embark on that journey of building the complex extension. And the third step is to discuss it with your fast track architects. So when you reach out to them, you can say, hey, I have checked my release plan, I have checked my ideas portal, but I still want to validate with you. Can you check with the, for example, product group if possible, if we are working on a very complex feature? And they may come back and say, hey, it will take us 2 years. It's a good thing to have, but it's not immediately in the roadmap. So you have to do this due diligence to get an idea if this product is coming, and if yes, then when. So let's say an example, the feature you want is coming in 2 years down the line. Now you have to understand, do I lose the business value of that feature by waiting for 2 years? Or do I invest with my partner to develop that as an extension and deliver that business value, right? So what am I losing is the business value, the return on my investment. So you invest in building that extension, test it, roll it out, let the business value come out. In 2 years' time, when that feature is released by Microsoft, then what you can do is you can test it in a UAT environment. And if it matches your business process, then you can discuss with your partner to sort of identify any conflicting impacts, and then you start using the standard feature and slowly migrate to that. So that way what you did is you are delivering a constant business value without waiting for 2 years. So that is how it works. And what I have seen is, in most of the times, we do get very good support from Microsoft as a guidance, and like complex processes can be sort of developed using X++, and customers are using that, Paresh. So I hope that is the answer.
Yeah, that absolutely answers the question, Rachit. And exactly, and I can actually, I have seen the examples right in my some of my recent projects where the customer was about to spend some money on export to PDF functionality, a very small functionality, but a very commonly used, which is now available out of the box in Wave 2. And we were able to tell them, to wait a little, and it would be available out of the box. So over there, they could actually save some money. And also, a very cool feature to see all the opportunities in a Kanban board that is now available in Wave 2 CE. So I can completely relate to what you said. And I hope the questions that our viewers had asked, they have got their answers. And I would request them to keep on asking the questions. And I'm very thankful that they are showing interest in our channel, especially in this playlist. And I would request them to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you get the notifications. So we will certainly meet you in the next video. And also, Rachit, I would be very happy because you mentioned something regarding RSAT. If you could discuss that in upcoming videos, that would be really great. So thank you very much and stay tuned.